Imagine this, you're standing barefoot on the edge of a swamp. The air is hot, thick, buzzing with insects. Suddenly, shadow shifts in the reeds. Not a crocodile, not a lion. No, something far worse. A python longer than a school bus, thicker than a man's waist, moving silently, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Picture yourself, just a 24-year-old girl like me, face to face with that ruled 5.5 million years ago. You survive or become its dinner? Let's find out. Back in the late Miocene and early Pliocene was a very different place. Humid jungles stretched across Africa and Asia. Early humans, our ancestors, were only just beginning to test their luck outside the trees. But they weren't alone. Lurking in the shadows were predators we can barely imagine today. And one of the deadliest was the giant python. It wasn't your average snake. No, this thing could grow up to 30, maybe even 40 feet long. To give you perspective, longer than a bus and strong enough to crush a buffalo in minutes. For venom, it didn't need poison. Its weapon was raw, breaking strength. Once it wrapped around you, there was no escape. Your chest couldn't expand. Suffocate slowly. Now, picture early humans small, skinny, without weapons, no fire, no metal, no cities, stone tools. If they were lucky, for them, survival was already a gamble. Every drink of water meant risking crocodiles. Walk through the tall grass could mean lions or leopards. But then came the python, silent, patient, almost invisible. Here's the terrifying truth: humans were on its menu. Imagine a young woman gathering fruit near the riverbank. She bends down, aware that beneath the leaves coils a python thicker than her arm. Suddenly, the ground erupts. Faster than she can scream, snake launches forward, jaws locking onto her shoulder. She fights, she claws. In seconds, coils as strong as steel wrap around her chest. Every breath gets smaller, every struggle tighter. Ribs creak under the pressure, and in less than a minute, silence. That was the reality of our ancestors. Okay, let me stop here and ask you something. What would you do? No guns, no fire, just your bare hands. Predator that could squeeze the life out of you like a tube of toothpaste. Would you fight? Would you run? Or would you freeze? I don't know about you, but at 24 years old, if I was dropped into that world, I'd probably climb the nearest tree and pray. And then, pythons can climb too. Terrifying. Fossils from places like Colombia and Africa tell us these giant snakes actually existed, related to modern pythons and boas, but on steroids. Scientists believe some reached over 40 feet in length, big enough to eat deer, antelope, and yes, humans. Here's something crazier. The warmer the world, the bigger reptiles grow. 5.5 million years ago, global temperatures were higher, jungles were thicker, and snakes reached record-breaking sizes. Which means the world literally created monsters. Our ancestors had to adapt. They learned to travel in groups, to carry sticks, to keep watch while others gathered food. Know that primal fear you feel when you see a snake today? That chill that crawls up your spine. That's not random. Millions of years of survival instincts whispering to us, be careful. Danger is near, Ga. So now, imagine it again. Young woman, me, maybe you, caught by a python. You've got seconds before the coils crush your ribs. The only chance. Fight dirty for the eyes. Scratch, bite. Jam a stick between its jaws. Because ream for lawn, you don't stand a chance. But together, maybe, just maybe, the tribe could beat it back with rocks and fire. And that's how humans survived. Not because we were the strongest, not because we were the fastest, but because we worked together. Because we remembered the dangers we learned from each close call. 5.5 million years ago, the struggle was real. Versus Python wasn't just a scary story. It was survival. And those who lived passed their fear down to us. So even today, when a snake slithers across a hiking trail, our hearts race. Somewhere deep inside, our DNA remembers. Next time you see a python documentary, or maybe even a snake at the zoo, think about this. Once upon a time, your ancestors didn't just watch them behind glass. They fought them, face to face. Man versus giant python. The only reason we're here today is because some of them won.